Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window, and things pretty much stayed cloudy the entire day. The only sun we saw early this morning. Clouds began rolling in all afternoon, and that was pretty much our weather situation today. There were some scattered, very light shower activities around parts of our viewing area, but this is what it looked like pretty much today as we look down at Eniat from our Sky-Fi Tower camera. You can see the beautiful Columbia River Highway 97A at the bottom of your screen, and just one of those days. It didn't get very warm today, and clouds rolled in, and the reason, it's ahead of a large weather system that will be moving in over the next 4 days or so, and that means some very wet weather. You can see a map on the left. We are in the green area, which means maybe a tenth or two of precipitation over the next 3 or 4 days. But to our west, around the Cascade Crest, 4 to 8 inches of rain is possible as a very wet weather system comes into Washington State straight out of the west. And we will talk much more about this large weather system coming up a little bit later on in your weather forecast. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. The last of 5 former inmates initially charged with trying to rape a fellow inmate in the Chelan County Jail saw those charges dropped last week. A motorist suspected of displaying a handgun in traffic was chased down by police in Wenatchee this morning, and an injury accident on Highway 243 near Mattawa closed traffic for a time yesterday afternoon. But first, we begin tonight. One man is dead and another in custody after an apparent homicide in Omak early this morning. Police say they were called to a West 3rd Street residence about 3:30 a.m. where they found the victim deceased and another man suffering a stab wound. Investigators are not releasing details of the crime scene or the names of the victims, but say there's no further threat to the public. The last of 5 former inmates initially charged with trying to rape a fellow inmate in the Chelan County Jail saw those charges drop last week. 46-year-old Johnny Lee Jordan instead was sentenced on charges of prison riot. Jordan and other inmates were accused of attempting to sexually assault a 6th man inside the jail with a tube of toothpaste. But the case fell apart when the alleged victim dropped out of contact with Chelan County prosecutors. All the defendants have now received sentences between 1 year and 16 months on lesser charges like prison riot, criminal mischief, and drug possession. While a motorist suspected of displaying a handgun in traffic was chased down by police in Wenatchee this morning, 27-year-old Jesse Jeffrey Hector was jailed and cited on a charge of displaying a weapon. East Wenatchee police say Hector was traveling with a woman and an infant in a black Toyota Tundra about 8:35 a.m. when he showed a black 9mm handgun to another motorist near the intersection of Grant Road and Highway 28. Police finally stopped his vehicle on Mission Street near First Street and arrested him after allegedly finding a handgun in that truck. No one, luckily, was injured. Highway 243, about 10 miles north of Mattawa in Grant County, is where the driver of this car was injured on Monday. State troopers say the car was broadsided when the driver tried to make a left turn in front of the oncoming big rig. The injured driver, identified as 37-year-old Guillermina Andrade Herrera of Mattawa, was transported to the medical center for treatment. The truck driver walked away unhurt. The highway was partially closed for about an hour. Coming up next, East Wenatchee Police Chief Randy Harrison will be retiring at the end of the year, and the search is on for his replacement. This year, the Washington State Legislature overwhelmingly approved year-round daylight savings time. But will it happen? And this Sunday, for just $1, parents of young children can pick up clothes and other items. We will tell you more about that. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington for 34 years. Arctic provides the finest heating and cooling air quality products for residential and commercial customers, along with prompt and professional customer service. Arctic also offers specialty services like custom sheet metal fabrication of ductwork, coil cleaning, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Arctic is available for emergency calls 24/7. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
When you're ready to purchase your next vehicle, make sure you stop by Sangster Motors. They're your locally owned and operated Buick and GMC dealer offering 4 acres of new and quality used inventory. Their philosophy is simple. They offer you the best product at a competitive price, all with impeccable service. Stop in today, have some popcorn or coffee at Gear Up Java, let the kids play, and talk with one of the Sangsters about your next vehicle. You'll find them on the corner of 9th and Miller in Wenatchee or online at sangstermotors.com. Caring about your family is what brings you back to theirs.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
Welcome back. In another news, East Wenatchee Police Chief Randy Harrison will be retiring at the end of the year. The embattled chief has formally submitted his letter of resignation effective December 31st. The search for a new chief comes as voters are also preparing to elect a new mayor to replace Steve Lacey. Lacey reportedly said he would like to see a new chief hired before Christmas, but that timeline might be too fast for the two candidates seeking to replace him in the upcoming election.
I think we both probably feel that a little more time looking into the issue would be beneficial to us in making that decision on the next police chief.
City Council members and mayor candidates Geraldine Crawford and Tim Dietering agree that Lacey's timeline may be too aggressive. They shared their comments in an upcoming NCWLIFE candidate preview.
But as far as actually selecting it, I agree it's pretty aggressive to think you're going to be able to get through that in a couple of months. So we'll be in the process. Whether it's completed or not really depends on the qualities of the candidates and how thorough you want to be.
The City Council was scheduled to discuss the process of recruiting a new chief at their meeting tonight. Harrison's retirement comes during a period of turmoil in the department following claims of mismanagement and a vote of no confidence from those police officers. Well, this year, the Washington State Legislature overwhelmingly approved year-round daylight saving time. The bill then was signed by Governor Jay Inslee and celebrated by lovers of evening daylight. But November 3rd will still dutifully fall back, meaning turn the clocks back 1 hour to standard time. So, what happened? In order to ditch the switch, as lawmakers called it, the state first needed to get approval from the U.S. Congress. That hasn't happened, so Washington, like Oregon and California and other states that want permanent daylight saving time, will continue to spring forward, and the first Sunday in November, that's right, we'll do it soon, fall back. Well, this Sunday, for just $1, parents of young children can pick up clothes and other items. NCWLIFE's Dan Kuntz tells us how.
The Valley View Seventh-day Adventist Church in East Wenatchee is once again hosting God's Closet, a nonprofit organization that offers free children's clothes of all sizes. Hundreds of boxes of kids' clothes have been sorted by size and gender and then shipped to the church, where volunteers spend hundreds of hours arranging the clothing on racks and tables for Sunday's event. From 10 until 2 on Sunday, parents can stroll through the church and help themselves to clothes for children ranging in age from newborn to 14 years old, with some adult clothing as well. Coats, pants, shirts, shoes, dresses, even some household items like strollers and other baby equipment will also be available. The entrance fee is $1 and parents are limited to 3 bags of clothes. The Valley View Seventh-day Adventist Church is at 1201 10th Street in East Wenatchee. Dan Kuntz, NCWLIFE News.
You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
travel enhances your life in every way. Let the travel professionals at Journey Travel and Tours help you plan that dream vacation. Don't leave the important details to those nameless, faceless online agencies. At Journey Travel and Tours, our goal is to build relationships that last a lifetime. And when you do need help, we have a 24-hour helpline that is routed to one of the agents in our office. When you think travel, think Journey Travel and Tours. It's where your journey begins. Like us on Facebook, and you could be one of our monthly winners.
At some point, we realized that value and practicality go hand in hand. A time when an unnoticed accumulation of items has become burdensome. These possessions still have value, but now lack usefulness. Donate your unwanted items to Goodwill and become a job creator. Your donations allow Goodwill to provide much-needed training to job seekers in our community, and that's pretty useful for everyone. Be a job creator. Donate. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
With 15,000 square feet to explore, you'll find something special at the Antique Mall at Cashmere. For the do-it-yourselfers and those with a keen eye for making something old, fresh and new again, the Antique Mall at Cashmere is the place to come find your next project. From the coin enthusiasts to avid collectors, Antique Mall at Cashmere has treasures in every corner. Come find your treasure today. Antique Mall at Cashmere's friendly staff is here to help. Stop on by today.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solely on Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers, or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including NCWLIFE, your local TV channel. Give Solely on Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. With snow once again in the weather forecast for the upper elevations over the next few days, Mission Ridge Ski and Board Resort says winter is no time to stay locked up inside. In tonight's feature story, Mission Ridge is offering multi-week ski programs for kids of all ages designed to develop skills for exploration and ignite passion for the mountains.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Carson Boyle. I'm the Assistant Ski School Director up here at Mission Ridge in Wenatchee, Washington. Here at the ski school, we really have 4 basic multi-week programs: bombers, trainers, Devo, and cadets. Our first program is trainers. Trainers tend to be the younger kids, which is 4, 5, and 6-year-olds. It is a 3-to-1 ratio. There's only 3 kids per class plus the instructor. Bombers are ages 6 through 12, all ability levels, everything from never-evers to high-level skiers. And then Devo is really our upper echelon program, ages 6 through 14. Now the hot coaches go there. The kids that can really ski the entire mountain go there. It's a super fun program, 4 hours a day, so it's a lot of skiing. And then we've got our cadet program, which is ages 13 through 15. Teaches people how to become ski instructors, the passion that we all love. I look forward to seeing you up here at the Ridge, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Can you believe we're already showing ski videos? And there is snow in our forecast. We'll talk about that in a second, but let's take one more look outside. What we saw this afternoon outside our weather window as we look down at Eniat. Of course, Highway 97, 97A, some calm waters out there, but lots of clouds. The clouds rolled in this morning and pretty much stuck around with us all day long, and that kept our temperatures down once again. And once again, we were below normal for high temperatures. Boy, I think it's been about 2 weeks in a row that we've been below normal for high temperatures. 55 unofficially today. 62 is where we should be for high temperatures this time of year. 37 is where we started the day. 41 rather is what we should see for an overnight low temperature. Our record high temperature, 78 degrees, set back in 1991, and ironically, the record low temperature 1 year later, 28 degrees in 1992. Just a trace of precipitation once again again overnight. 5.93 inches of precipitation so far since January 1st. Sunrise this morning at 7:19, and the sun will set tonight at 6:13. As we get into midweek Wednesday, we're already into Hump Day Wednesday. Things are going to get wet, folks. Temperature-wise, we're not going to change all that much. We're still under the influence of high pressure, which will keep us fairly mild. 59 for Moses Lake, 58 for both Ephrata and for Quincy, 57 in Wenatchee, 56 for Cashmere. You folks up in Leavenworth, 54 degrees. And yes, we are all going to see a good chance for some rain showers tomorrow. 56 in Chelan and 56 up in Omak. Now let's get to that surface loop, and we'll show you exactly why we're going to see the rain showers. Here it is, a big area of low pressure spinning off the coast of British Columbia. There is a frontal boundary right here along the western edge of Washington State. Tonight, mostly cloudy, the calm before the storm, because we will see a wet midweek Wednesday. Cloudy skies, a 50% chance for rain here in the Wenatchee Valley in the morning. That goes up to a 70% chance of rain as we make our way through Wednesday on this very wet westerly flow. Thursday, windy conditions as this flow intensifies. These are winds about 60 to 80 miles an hour out in the Pacific. Not quite that strong here. We're going to see wind gusts maybe around 20 miles an hour. And then in the afternoon, about a 40% chance once again for afternoon showers on Thursday, Friday, and even better chance for rain. I really think most of the rain for Friday will be later in the day. And even, yes, if you're traveling over Stevens or Snoqualmie Pass, you're going to run into some snow. Snow levels about 3,000 to 4,000 feet on Saturday. As we get into Sunday, that snow level will fall, and we will see snow levels about 2,000 to 3,000 feet for Sunday. Mostly cloudy and cooler for Saturday, a 50% chance for rain. And then on Sunday, more of the same, folks. Mostly cloudy skies. It will be cool. We're talking temperatures in the lower to mid 50s, but we are in a trough situation now as we get into the end of the weekend, and it's going to stay kind of mucky all around the Pacific Northwest, and that means Monday as well. This little area of low pressure that popped up late Sunday will also bring some showers in for Monday, a 30% chance, partly cloudy skies, and at least by Monday, just slightly warmer. Let's take a look now at your quick Lube and Tune 7-day forecast. Tonight we'll drop down to where we should be for a first time in a long time at about 43 degrees. 70% chance for rain. It's going to be a wet Wednesday, 57 the high temperature. Partly cloudy and breezy for Thursday. Remember, still have a 40% chance for showers late in the day Thursday. 58 our high temperature. 57 on Friday with the 50% chance for rain. We're going to keep with a 50% chance of rain on Saturday. And notice the cooler temperatures as we get into the upcoming weekend. 53 Saturday, 54 Sunday with a 30% chance of rain. And then as we kick off our next work week on Monday, partly cloudy skies, a little bit better. A slight chance for scattered showers and high temperatures then right around 55. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Some jobs are a calling. They require something deeper, an innate devotion to the communities in which we live. At Giza Credit Union, we help you support local firefighters. With every purchase you make with a Giza Local Heroes Affinity debit card, we make a donation to select firefighter organizations. After all, we can never repay them, but we can do our best to help a little with the Giza Firefighters Affinity debit card.
Only one dealership in Wenatchee has Motor Trend's SUV of the Year and Truck of the Year. That's right, Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram has the all-new Jeep Wrangler and the all-new Ram 1500 pickup. Or get the best of both worlds in the new Jeep Gladiator. Visit Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram today for more information on these award winners and see why there's no reason to leave town to buy your next vehicle.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
If you want to work in IT, here's a tip. Employers value IT certifications. 91% say they play a key role in hiring. 72% require them for certain job openings. Improve your odds of getting the job. Enroll in the Computer Networking Systems program at Charter College. In 14 months, you could earn an associate degree and 6 IT certifications. Get started at chartercollegeIT.com, where we work to get you to work.
So Pam, how's your mom doing?
She's okay. She's struggling. She'd like to stay in her house, and it's getting harder for her to do the daily chores.
What kinds of problems is she having?
Just basic house cleaning, taking care of her house, yard work, taking care of her medicine.
Mm-hmm. It does sound exhausting.
It is very exhausting, and I always worry about her.
Aging and Adult Care can assist you or your loved one to remain comfortably and safely in their own home. Contact them today to start the conversation. And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Tuesday to you. Howie Kendrick's 2-run double highlighted a 4-run third inning as Washington beat St. Louis 8-1 Monday to take a commanding 3-zip lead in their National League Championship Series. Kendrick finished the game 3 for 4 with 2 runs and 3 RBIs to back Nat starter Steven Strasburg. The veteran right-hander went 7 innings, allowing 1 run on 7 hits with 12 strikeouts and not a single walk. Washington will try to sweep the series tonight on TBS. It would be the Nationals' first ever appearance in the World Series if they win. Game 3, the ALCS is at Yankee Stadium where New York is hosting Houston. The series tied at a game apiece. We'll have the full story tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Well, Tell the Truth Monday, as Pete Carroll calls it, had a decidedly somber tone yesterday as the Seahawks coach announced that Will Dissly is out for the season.
Really unfortunate that we lose Will Dissly. He's been a fantastic part of our team, and just a young guy, but he's made a big impression early on all of us, and we're going to miss the heck out of him as he recovers from an Achilles injury. Yeah, we talked last night in the locker room. His attitude was incredible. It's going to. He's talking about 2020 already, and you can count on me, and I can't wait to get working. And I mean, just an amazing attitude. It was the attitude that took him through the past rehab, and I hate to get good at something like that, but he's prepared to take this on, and he'll do a fantastic job, and we'll beat all of the time frames that he's faced with, and we'll do a great job returning.
The Seahawks will use Luke Wilson and Jacob Hollister in the tight end role until Ed Dixon can rejoin the club. That's not expected for a couple of weeks. Hey, speaking of rejoining the club, Coach Carroll is happy to welcome Jaren Reed back to the team after serving his 6-game suspension.
Yeah, it's great to have Jay Reed come back to us. He's like a little kid, at Christmas time. He's so excited to be back with his teammates and be back with us. It seemed like it went kind of fast to us. It didn't for him. I asked him specifically that. It seemed like it took forever. He's been such an integral part of our club. It's great to have him back in the locker room, and his play is exceptional too. So I don't know what to tell you about how it's going to go. I haven't seen him on the field yet. I know he worked really hard from everything he said to stay abreast with his conditioning and all of that, and he looks good and strong and all. And we'll just have to wait and see how he handles it. Well, there's no question that when he's back to full speed playing, and whenever that happens, if that's now, it'll be welcomed. That he's a big factor. He's a big factor, and the spacing that happens with the guy that causes problems there, and the sets that happen to take care of him, open up areas and spaces for the other guys, and we've been rushing with Al and as a nose tackle playing a 3 technique, and you've seen this with Puna too. Those guys are nose tackle types, and they're not. That's not their strong point. They're run defenders, and terrific run defenders at that. So when we mix it up now and we get Quentin Jefferson in there and Jay Reed, it's going to be a better look for us, and it's going to be more of a problem for our opponent. Hopefully that'll open up things for everybody.
Seahawks are back home to host the Baltimore Ravens at CenturyLink Field. Kickoff at 1:25 Sunday afternoon. Well, here's a look at what's on the prep schedule for the day today in sports. Girls soccer, Chelan hosting Cascade. Omak's at Cashmere. Wenatchee facing Davis. Manson hosts Liberty Bell. And CWAC at 6 o'clock. Quincy is trying to rebound against Othello, while Ellensburg plays at Ephrata. Tonight at 7, it's Eastmont hosting Eisenhower. On the volleyball courts tonight, Antioch plays at Cascade Christian. Manson is in Lake Roosevelt. Chelan hosts Cascade, and Cashmere's at Omak. All those start at 6:30 tonight at 7. Ellensburg at Quincy, and Wenatchee hosts Davis, while Eastmont is on the road at Ike. Earlier today, Wenatchee's pool, a busy place as the Panthers hosted Sunnyside and West Valley for a Big Nine double duel. Here's a look at our broadcast schedule for the week here on the NCWLIFE channel. It starts tonight, a replay of Eastmont Soccer versus Davis from October 1st. That'll be at 7 o'clock tonight here. Hockey night Thursday features the Wenatchee Wild and Merritt Centennials, that at 7 o'clock. Then on Friday, we're back under the lights at Leibofto Field at the Apple Bowl for the 5-1 Wenatchee Panthers against the 3-3 Davis Pirates. I'll be along Grant Olson with your play-by-play. Our pregame at 6:45 Friday right here on your home for local sports, the NCWLIFE channel. Then on Saturday, we'll be at Wildcat Stadium in East Wenatchee for the rematch of Wenatchee and Eastmont in girls soccer. Pregame with Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wiesen begins at 12:45. The kickoff Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. And recapping tonight's top story, one man is dead and another in custody after an apparent homicide in Omak early this morning. Police say they were called to a West 3rd Street residence about 3:30 a.m. where they found the victim deceased and another man suffering from a stab wound. Investigators are not releasing details of the crime scene or the names of the victims, but say there's no further threat to the public. And we will have more on that story tomorrow night. Finally tonight, let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. Join me tomorrow live here at 7 a.m. My guest will be Darcy Christofferson, the administrator of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. Their annual auction comes up on Saturday, October 26th. It's one of the big parties that the Wenatchee Valley throws every year. You're invited. How you can get involved, Darcy will tell us all that. We'll talk all things Apple Blossom. Plus, we'll have all the scores from the prep action from Tuesday night. All that and a whole bunch more. We'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley right here on the NCWLIFE channel. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And before we go tonight, let's take one last look at what we expect weather-wise. We talked about it all during the news tonight. A very wet weather pattern is headed our way. We're talking now right through Sunday and this upcoming weekend. And notice the map on the left. That's the telling map. The areas in green, about 1/10 of an inch of rain to about 0.25 or 1/4 of an inch. To the east of that, that's even a little bit more rain. But to our west, folks, if you are traveling over the Cascade Crest into Seattle this weekend, you could run into 4 to 8 inches of rain. It's possible just west of that Cascade Crest. Anywhere you go in western Washington this weekend is going to be very, very wet. Temperatures, as well as we get into the upcoming weekend, will cool down about 5, maybe even 10 degrees in some locations, and that means our snow levels will also be falling. So if you're traveling to the west side or even into the northern mountains of Washington State or even around Lookout Pass, around the Coeur d'Alene area, watch out for some snow because it will certainly be cold enough to snow and wet enough. So we have a wet weather picture in our future, and we will tell you much more about that as well tomorrow night when we get together for the NCWLIFE Evening News. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
NCWLIFE channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and other stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales.
Where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience. With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.